Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity. Laura freaking Miller.
Yes, sir.
No, sir was my daddy's name.
Oh, yes, Bubba.
Bubba. Wow. See,
Wow.
okay, so it's your wow day.
I don't even have to wow you. See, I'm so powerful. I make you wow yourself.
You wowed me today already, Laura. What the hell?
What the hell?
Bubba. I always wanted a redneck nickname, but Bubba was not what I
Bubba wasn't it?
No.
You don't strike me as a Bubba, actually.
Well, all the Bubbas I know were kind of slow and extra mayonnaise.
What does extra mayonnaise mean?
You ever put extra mayonnaise on something? It's sloppy.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever heard that as a term, but.
Right?
Again, well, have you ever heard of knee high to a short duck?
No.
Okay, but you've got a visual now, don't you?
Knee high to a short. Actually, I think I've heard that one.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Okay. We are going live.
But bring that one in tight over here. Have them all right here. Only because then I like the sound isn't weird on all of them.
Okay.
And just make it uncomfortable. Put it right here behind yours, right here. So
You're seeing you.
I'm
You're
seeing
seeing on your belly.
I'm just seeing big belly.
Yeah, that's why up here.
It's flattering up there for sure.
I could
Let's get well,
like right here.
of course, then you get to be close to Louis. Oh, help.
Is that more flattering?
So that one more.
More flattering.
Listen here, Laura, Miss Miller.
That's my word. We just tell each other the truth. Is this flattering or fattering?
It's fattering.
I'm 100% not fattering.
Okay.
101%.
Oh my God, she's on fire. Did you take sassy vitamins this morning?
She's been trying to spend time with her sassy sister.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
Her sister is sassy.
Blake Peeper. Whooping in, buddy.
Okay.
I know it's
Poor Blake.
I know it's pepper. He knows it's pepper. We all
know we know. Don't worry. I'm used to it.
We all know it's pepper.
Wow.
I mean, I could call him Pepe. Right?
Good.
R is silent.
You could once.
The R is silent. Pepe.
Okay, super excited, everybody. Good morning. We're going to jump in here. So I know, Keisha, you're in your car, so be safe. Cicely, Blake, Laura, we're looking forward to you guys actually bringing deals, even if it's not technically a deal that you're wanting. We're wanting to have everybody get the muscle memory of actually running deals. So I need you to set yourselves up to be ready to come on, share your screen, have your deal run.
Where's your microphone, Hotshot?
And then Blake, Facebook Live is up. So if everybody wants to,
and again,
you know what's missing?
You can go and click on Facebook, or you can go and click on TikTok. What's missing?
Oh, you put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. There we go. Okay.
Before we go spinning down the road of Deal Hunter, Tracy's got some properties. If you don't have a property, raise your hand. And then Tracy's going to take one of her addresses and send it over to you. And you're going to take it from there, put it in Deal Hunter, just the address. And you're going to put it in there in the address. You're going to put run this deal, right? 3 simple words. And then you're going to let it think and get all that propagating done. And so if I've got 3 people in here that can do that, we'll run each deal for about 10 minutes. We'll learn some things. And then we'll wrap up the show at 10 o'clock tight because we've got freaking big things happening. Yesterday, we had this wildly amazing meeting, and it was mostly Tracy's fault because she said something about oil and gas, and she basically melted the brain of 2 very old oil and gas guys, right? And so Tracy stole the show and got everybody fired up about oil and gas. So, yesterday was a prime example, right, Catherine, of this is what the community's made to do.
Yep.
Right. I've known this guy, Michael Hughes, over 4 years. Met him in 2022. Him and I have never done a deal together. Not one single one ever. We just stayed in contact, talk, back and forth. Right. And then yesterday, it was almost like, here, you're digging for a diamond and boom, there it went.
Yep.
The diamond popped out of the ground. So
we're building the band, which Cicely, I just realized we need to talk to you about being a part of the band. Trevor, there's a really big meeting that we're doing on Friday with the whole Build the Band. So I need to get you guys invited to that.
Building the bands. So real quickly, while everybody's looking at property, Trevor, you might not have caught this, but I think you got a property. You got a property out, right?
I don't know why it's. Oh, that's fine.
There we go.
There we go. Holy crap. I call that a microphone bomb. So I apologize for dropping a microphone bomb right there. Anyway, Trevor, you got a property, 200 acres in Ash Fork. If you want to run that deal, we'll do that deal.
Oh, Trevor just said dibs on banjo. I'm being
Talking about the band. Talking about the band.
I play the spoons. If anybody knows what the spoons are.
Oh my God.
So I can play a little bit of harp too. I got a harp and I can play a little bit of harp, a little bit of spoons. It's hard to do both at the same time unless I got a neck harness, but I'm all about the hillbilly band, baby.
So really quick, Blake, if you could share the Facebook Live, if everybody could go in there on one of your other devices and open it up and actually go into the Facebook Live and just keep it on silent somewhere else or on your computer. We're just trying to get the viewership up for all the things. And then Blake, if you could make sure you share it to all the pages, the Titans, LandShark, like all of it. And if all of you, if you have other investor groups to share it inside of, please share it inside of those groups and invite people like, hey, we're live, come run deals. Okay. Sorry, getting all the logistics out of the way.
So we talked yesterday about, and so as everybody's getting their properties ready to go, we're going to cover a real quick little lesson right now on, we're going to be doing a webinar series.
Yep.
And then we're going to be doing a virtual event, big virtual summit in May coming up, like 7 weeks out, where we're going to be talking about 7 streams of income, Titan 23, the importance to diversification, how all that works, right? Mm-hmm. And so we've already got three properties set up, right? We're going to be doing this with different ways of educating people about the growth on how you can grow passive income. RV park owner, like not RV park operator, RV park owner. Got to teach them the difference in that. Rental business, again, owning the assets, letting somebody else run the business.
Yep.
Right. Live stream sales. A lot of people are like, what the hell are you talking about? Go to TikTok. Go to TikTok, click live, and you'll see live stream sales. People on there all day just selling like it's an amateur hour QVC commercial all day, every day on 155 million channels. Right.
Yep.
And these people are making money. So how is that passive, Tommy? Well, it's really easy. You go buy the product and give it to them to sell. and split the difference.
Yep.
It's called arbitrage, right? So they have a place where investors can go and they can buy products and then hand that to a distributor and they sell it for them, right?
Yep.
Hey, Catherine, really quick. What Tommy's sharing on Facebook Live is reversed.
Yeah,
You know what
unfortunately,
I
there's
mean?
nothing else I can do about
Can
that,
you
I
do
guess.
anything about that? No.
Well, here's what I can do. I
I
can
think
tell
I
the
can flip
people
it
over on
now.
Facebook Live, come over
yeah.
to the
There
Zoom
you go.
call and you can see it for real.
Yep.
Like, so,
Okay.
because again, every one of you in the Zoom call has contributed an excessive amount of equity into this whole project. So you deserve right side facing stuff. The people over on Facebook who are freeloaders and haven't paid a dime or given any contribution at whatsoever need to get off their tushies, go to LandSharkMastermind.com/webinar, get in the Zoom call, come and run a deal, bring some equity, quit being a mooch. Like quit being a Grant Cardone fan and get your butt in this room and use what he's teaching you. Okay.
Blake, if you could do me a favor and put that link in the comments of the live so people could go there, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. And again, all we're doing is trying to boost our social equity. We do have some folks in the room that have this significant amount of perfectionism in them. And my BFF-in-law will call me out.
Who are you
single time
talking
if I'm not.
about?
Who is he talking about?
I don't know, Amor.
Hey,
Amora's
listen,
voice just came straight out of heaven. I didn't even know she was on here.
again, that's why we call her Amor. Amor. Like love, the greatest of these are Amor.
That's right.
Faith, hope, and Amor. And the greatest
Yep.
of these is Amor.
Oh my Lord. So awesome.
Oof.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I was taught as a kid. Anyway,
Not
So-
quite. That's how it's worded.
these are the four that we have. Right. And what we want to do is we want to come up with three more. So I'm turning it over to the crowd. What are the other three types of
Are
businesses?
you talking about the webinars?
Yeah, the webinar.
So we've got the RV park, the data
Or
center.
wait a minute. Let me ask something. Do we want these to be active or passive?
And so again, I'm focusing on the passive side,
Passive.
right? Because again, Titan 23 is going to be an investment into vehicles. It's
Okay,
going to
so-
be an investment into assets, not active at all, right? We're doing Titan 23 is a Reg D 506 Reg D company. We file Reg D forms. This is for accredited investors only, like all that stuff. The webinar that we're doing is some of it's going to be for Wealthwise Women, nonprofit. Some of it's going to be for LandShark Mastermind, for profit. But at the end of the day, the big summit is going to be for Titan 23 and talking about all the different verticals we have. These webinars are just to educate you on why you would want to maybe show up in May to the big summit.
So can we just do one that's basically just talks about debt and how you can have a role in that where
Yes.
you know
I mean,
you can have a passive role in debt?
Right. So in the debt lending business, right?
Yeah.
As we would like to call it, the PML, private money lending business, private money land. I like to say PML is private money land. I want to invent a game called Private Money Land. Right.
Should we do something that just explains about the actual vehicles that are available to investors that might not know how to invest in a syndication or how to invest in a fund or how to?
You know, that now that you mentioned that, we could totally do just an investments. Because when I met Catherine, I mentioned three things to her, and she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. This woman's raised millions of dollars." I'm like, "Do you know what a DST is?" She's like, "A what?"
Nope.
I said a DST, Delaware Statutory Trust. She's like, "I have no idea what that is." I'm like, "Wow." I got impressed because I knew something that the genius didn't know. You know, it's kind of like,
Live it up, Tommy, live it up.
yeah, I'm only smart for a minute. And then, but the other thing was the Opportunity Zone program, right? Did you know that there's also, like, some investors don't know, I'm going off on a little tangent, but it's called a H1B program or H2, H5. Does anybody know what these are? These types of investment vehicles are for foreign investors, foreign dignitaries, foreign money, as I would say, right? So these are ways that you can invest, get people from outside the country. They need a sponsor. They need a partner. You want a joint venture with somebody, you go find somebody who wants to get an HB visa.
Okay,
And
so
you
that
joint
leads
venture with
me
them.
that leads me to think that we need one webinar that talks about partnerships and different ways to actually partner with people.
Absolutely. I think that would to me, I think that would be able to be encompassed in as kind of like a leg of every single one of these, right?
Yeah,
Because
right.
you're in a joint venture with every single one of these. So I would say that as we build out the webinar, we're going to need to build in the component of the JV component. Like, here's the JV component to this, because again, if it's truly passive, you need an operator, right?
Yeah.
If it's active, you need an investor.
Yeah.
Right. And so yeah, I think that's important. And then I think the final stream of income on the passive level, to Tracy's point, would probably be like maybe the blue collar or the boring business.
Yeah, I
So
was
what about
wondering, could
sales?
we please do one as a boring business? Because I think it's something that's talked about a lot.
Well,
and will draw-
I think we can talk about we could probably in 45 minutes talk about 4 boring businesses, or three or 4 boring
Well,
businesses.
depending on the speed. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Right.
What, laundromats and car washes?
Or like, yeah,
Yeah.
just something like more, because people are hearing about it all the time. And I think
Laundromat,
like we want to like draw people, like this is our way to draw people.
car wash, right? We said
So
that.
Eva's made some notes. Do you want her contribution?
None at this
Sure.
point.
Okay.
We got laundromats, we got car washes, we got blue collar businesses. And we can talk about those 3 right there in that. So that looks like a good study curriculum of webinars. If we did a 45-minute webinar for every one of these right here. We talked with Hoy. Hoy's going to come in and talk to us about this. Hoy's going to come in and talk to us about this. I think Catherine would need to be interviewed by me with the RV park. I need somebody to interview me about the land entitlements. I think Tracy basically told herself to do this one and this one.
But wait, we need 7 different speakers. Like it has to be different. Because we're trying to feature the different, like the summit.
Okay. Well, so in that regard, then Tracy can pick one of these 2. Catherine's going to do that one. Unless we have do you guys have another RV park operator that we could interview?
Oh, RV park operator.
Because Catherine's whole thing is rent the dirt and be the bank. So I feel like that's a good spot for her to
Yeah,
be.
that's a good one. And she's so passionate about the luxury one and all of that. Like she's the best speaker for that.
I mean, I know we haven't talked to Drew yet, but he might be able to do the investment one.
Okay. So we go that way. I do know I've got several people that fit into this where we could break that webinar up into 3 different interviews.
I think we said Rachel for one too, Catherine. Trevor could also talk about which one would Rachel be good for.
Rachel, who's Rachel?
He was the woman we taught. When we were in Colorado, we were all sitting in those chairs. Her and her husband. What was her husband's name?
He's military, and his name's Mike.
Mark?
There you go.
Mike and Rachel.
Mike and Rachel. Oh, you know what she says she's passionate about? Writing books. She feels like she can talk about, but we don't have that up there.
Yeah.
AI, writing books. I wonder if we just do, because
luxury.
Are we breaking down strategies, or are we breaking down classes? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like real estate is one category, but there's a billion different strategies. Then there's passive investments like residential assisted living, pad splits. There's all kinds of things, student housing, all the different. So I don't know, what focus do you want?
That's actually good. Yeah, we could do a higher level category, and then under
categories. I like that. I like that.
So for a webinar, there needs to be a 45-minute format.
Right.
And so for the first 5 minutes, that's this. The next 10 minutes is this. The next 10 minutes is this. 10 minutes of this, and 5 minutes of that.
And then 15 minutes of Q&A.
All right. So that's 35. All right. So you would have to knock that down to 5 minutes, right? So you got 25, 30, 45 right there.
Okay.
right? So the first
Fine.
5 minutes intro, and I always go with who, why, what.
Okay.
That's
like
what I
it.
always do.
Like
It's
it.
just
Okay.
who, why, what, right there in the intro. Then you've got in that those 2 10-minute things is the, and again, I'm using a format that's very popular on education is always doing the problem here and then the solution here, right?
Love it.
Detailing those 2 things out and then leaving time for the 5-minute close. So 5-minute intro, problem, solution, 5-minute close, 15 minutes questions,
Love it.
right?
Yep.
And so those questions though need to come from a panel, an audience of people.
Okay.
So when we do these webinars, we're going to need every one of these people to come in. That's why I felt like it was probably going to be easier for us to do these webinars from the podcast time because we already have all these people here.
Right.
That's true.
Go ahead.
Can we send out a format to each person that's going to speak so they can each do that the way you've broken down the time frame and all the things, so everybody's kind of on the same?
No, and I agree with that. And then to Moore's point, having different people for every one of these things is a great idea. Unfortunately, I don't want to introduce anybody new to the mix that isn't going to be in the band, right? I need the banjo player with me on this.
Okay, so you don't want us to feature, maybe at the summit we feature some of the speakers, because I like we're also trying to give them a taste.
Right.
Of,
No, yeah. At the summit, I feel like we could invite new people into the summit, which would then expand our community. Okay. But the webinar is more based out of being an advertisement. I mean, it's about education, but we're using education to advertise what we're doing. And I feel like to have the best product out of this, it's going to require us to work with people that we've already done this with. So, and because we've got time constraints, I mean, we've only got 6 weeks till May, this date in May. So we'd have to get 7 of these webinars accomplished in 6 weeks.
That makes sense.
No, we've actually got more time because we were going to keep it on the same when we originally had the summit from the 19th to the 22nd.
So we're already past the first week of March or April. We're into the second week of April, and that was the 3rd week of May. So we've got 7 weeks from today to get to that date.
Got it. Which next week would be 6. Okay, yeah, I see what you're
Correct.
saying.
So we've got 7 videos to do in 6 weeks. And so in order to do that, I feel like the best thing would be to dedicate, say maybe Tuesday and Thursday. Today's Wednesday.
Right.
Tomorrow we could literally pump out a webinar and do an advertisement and say we're going to do a webinar, or we can give ourselves a week to advertise it and start the webinar
we
next
need
week.
to advertise. The whole thing is we're trying to get as many people as possible.
So we had talked about actually doing 2 webinars every single week to cover all the things and get double the exposure.
And I think the more time we need to advertise it, the more webinars we're going to need to do in a week to get that done. Does that make sense?
So 2 webinars a week is good?
So right now, 2 of them a week is good. We can get 7 of them done in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and with 6 weeks to go, that gives us like a week to advertise and then a week off afterwards to get ready for the summit.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So the other way is, I'm thinking is that what we can do is we can do 3 webinars in a week, advertise that we're going to do these webinars. We can advertise for a week, start doing the webinars and do them like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
And then advertise that the next set of webinars is the second week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we have the last one. This one can be just a show by itself on the second week, whatever, 3rd week. But that gives us 3 weeks, which then extends the fact that now we're able to get that summit properly structured. And we have time to advertise for that because that's going to need 2 weeks to advertise as well. I know we're advertising through because we got to be careful with nonprofit, but in our education, we're going to continue to announce there's a Titan 23 event coming up in May. But to kind of cover the people that are not accredited, the people that are just trying to understand, yes, we need those times in there. So option A, 2 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, we advertise for a week, we're down for a week. Option B, advertise for 2 weeks, do 3, 3, 1, and then go into the summit.
Okay.
And we can think on that, take a vote later, etc. But I think we've got right now, and we can let Eva let us know. I feel like what we need to do now is just pick our people. So this is a Catherine thing.
Yes.
I'm going to say this is Catherine. The rental business is going to be
Hoy.
Well, Hoy is the live sales, really.
Okay.
And then what we can do is have Hoy come in as a secondary here, and this can be me here because I've done that.
Yeah. With the ATV stuff.
Correct. So, or we can try to get one of these guys here that has the rental business.
There we go.
Are you against that, Amor?
I'm not against it. That sounds good.
And then we can have Tracy's guy here with investments. What's his name?
Drew.
Drew.
And Tracy is
Tracy's
the debt
doing the
and
debt
lending.
lending.
You said Hoy's live sales.
Hoy's here.
Land entitlements is you.
And I light it land entitlements. I'm thinking what I'd like to do there is because Trevor has a property already that is leaning toward land entitlements, the 200 acres out there. And we'll run that deal here because we're getting late into the weeds on this, but we can think about this one and this one because these two kind of involve me too, and kind of wanting to have that diversification.
What about opportunity zones? Can we have Roman come on?
We could, but I don't think that's like that, is it? It's a tax advantage. It's not a stream.
That's right.
I thought that they made ongoing revenue.
No, they can, but not every one of them does. Like just to do the build out, there's 31 months and no payments.
Yeah, but long
Stabilization
term,
in 6 years. So
long term they make money long term from
but
it.
I agree with you, but it's not a stream of income. It's a tax strategy.
Okay.
Right. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it can be mentioned in here, like right there. Yeah, it can be
And
mentioned.
investments.
I don't think it gets its own. I know it doesn't get its own deal.
Okay,
So-
what about the other piece is well, somehow I want to weave in the land shark and how we use AI for all the things.
And again, so in
Is that the
here,
intro?
right? We
Okay.
can do that can be in the solution.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Because Tracy mentioned something about the joint venture thing, right? We cannot recognize that as a problem. Like some people wanting to do it solo.
Right.
Is the problem. The solution is the joint venture. The solution is the LandSharkMastermind. The solution is community based building.
Okay.
Right. And so as long as we do that, that's what I think we can do the best. The other thing is that like, these are not hard deals. Like I can scratch land entitlements and we can literally go in here and put, put fix and flip, and Trevor can talk to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do that. Let Trevor do that. And you could just do land. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Trevor.
Fix and flip, again, fix and flip is not just houses, but it's also commercial,
Yeah.
industrial.
Everything.
It's
and
everything. Okay,
Well,
yeah. I think
including
Trevor.
like Katya's
Even-
property.
Yeah.
There's even like real estate backed notes.
Yep.
There's so many things.
Yeah, I think that guy Trevor. could do a good-
Trevor, you're being voluntold that you're jumping in that webinar, brother.
As long as I've got the
What about
banjo with
data
me, I'm good.
centers? Because
What?
data centers, because that's a really big deal.
Oh
and
yes, that's
big
like
conference.
people are really into that. We need data
Yes,
centers.
people are really leaning into it. I'm hearing it everywhere.
And
Yes,
again,
please.
and believe it or not, it sounds techie, right? Data center sounds techie. Does everybody
Mhm.
feel like data center sounds techie?
Yeah.
Did you know it's a blue collar business? Why is it a blue collar business? Who operates a data center? IT engineers, guys that physically go in, connect the wires to the boxes and plug them into the wall. They're physically doing the work. They're not technically, none of these people have a MIT certification. They're literally hands in, ground in, working on it. John and Mark speak to that constantly. So we could pull John and Mark into this to get their opinion about it. Cause
Yeah.
again, they look blue collar, but they talk very IT and techie.
Right.
Right. So we could pull
There's
them
got to
into
be
this board.
exciting people like who are engaging. So as long as you feel like they're engaging.
Okay. Mark 100% looks like Tom Segura and has the personality of Bert Kreischer. So
I don't know either of them. So you're saying
You
he's
what?
good? I don't know either of them. You're saying he's good?
Mark is good for an interview on that,
Okay,
I
great.
think.
Well, yeah, he used to have a podcast.
Yeah, Mark and I that's
was like-
where Data Center Mark and I get together is Data Center Mark and I did a podcast before Joe Rogan was even bald.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So
Do you have an AI agent that's going to map this out?
Yes.
Cool.
Eva is on it right now. She's been taking notes the whole time.
Perfect.
Eva, though, can you make it catchy titles that
We'll
That
work on that. Yeah.
yes. Okay.
With a
Yeah.
hook.
yep. So again, so I just for the sake of understanding, so we've got 7 weeks to the summit,
Mhm.
right? And so did we determine where we're doing 2 or 3?
We're doing 3 days.
Okay, so we're gonna do
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
emails this week. I'm going to get Dima started on emails and text messages for the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to do 3 days here, 3 days here, 1 day here. So that's 6, 7. And then down here would be, again, the emails and texts. Because what we can do in here is be saying, to get more info, go fill out our form, go check out the website.
We need a landing page.
Are we able to record all of these mini webinars and recycle them so that they're an evergreen that we can send?
Yeah.
We
Well,
can share on social and all the things.
We're gonna do them on the Zoom call, just like we're doing right now.
Mhm.
Blake and I will pull those in literally that day after we're done. We'll produce and put them into production and then put them right out as clips for the next day. So the
Okay, I
full
kind of like
version of
my
it'll be on
question.
YouTube. Say
I have a
again.
question. I have a question, and it might not like it, so don't. Yes.
Be
I love
offended.
that people think I need a red flag, like
Don't be
I just
offended.
want to get it.
put that red carpet out there. Don't be mad at me. Come on.
Preparing
Come
you.
on. Come
Dude,
on.
I'd be mad at me. I just wonder if one of them we could do in the evening and we could compare how many people join.
And again, I think that the concern is if we get 0, it looks like crap when the screen's empty. Like on our videos, having this, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I was
here's
just
a
thinking
web-
like a Tuesday or a Thursday where we already
Let's-
meet.
Yeah,
We
I
got-
feel like we're going down a rabbit hole and I want to
Well,
run
it's
some
not
deals.
that it's not that I don't like it. I think
So-
it'd be great as
Yeah.
long as we get at least 6 people to watch on and partake in the Q&A at the end. I
Well,
plan
it could
on
be our
having
Tuesday or Thursday meeting.
I plan on having a list of questions for people, and people can choose a question to ask our guests because again, I don't want to just have 15 minutes of dead air.
No,
So-
we'll be asking questions. If they don't, we will. So we
We'll
all just
ask
need
questions
we need
if
to
they
be
don't.
privy to all that.
So we'll get into the logistics of this some more, and we'll flush the rest of this out so that we can keep moving
Because,
forward.
yeah, and
Because it's
again, I-
9:32.
Yeah, it would give us the opportunity to just to have our regular scheduled
Yeah.
broadcast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's good.
And we already have it established that Tuesdays and Thursdays have people in them. So I have no problem with a 3:00 meeting becoming a webinar.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What's the
So-
3:00 meeting? Oh,
You
that's
know,
the 5
well,
o'clock.
it's for your
5 o'clock
time.
mine. Gotcha.
Our Scottsdale Summit 3:00
Okay.
meeting.
And then we're doing this, the ultimate, like the virtual summit is May 19th, 20th, and 21st. It should be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So we're
works.
keeping it the original dates that we had. That's the virtual summit that we're leading everybody into. It's going to be 3 days, 4 hours a day. We're doing it from 10 a.m. or no, we said 8 a.m. Pacific to 2 p.m. Pacific.
No, we did not.
No. We'll figure out the times. Anyways, the
10
So
to
it's
2.
19, 20, 21. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Are you going to send out an invite?
I'm
9
gonna
to
put it
1
on
or
our
10 to 2. That's what we're trying to figure out. 9 to 1 or 10 to 2 on those dates.
So we'll
No.
we'll figure that out. We'll send out an invite. It's 3-day virtual summit. Again, just like we did the Wealthwise Women back in August, we had 500 people show up. That leads into all those become classes that people can later, if they wanted to,
And
buy the subscription
I
and
need
have
to
all
throw
those,
this
but
out
it
there.
links to
I seen this
the
example.
in person.
You know how the example of, watch somebody do something good, do it better. So if we can find a sponsor for this thing, I suggest that we go and work with Uber Eats and do lunch delivery for attendees to the summit. Because again, they're buying a ticket to get there, right? I'd say that we increase the budget just a smidge so that we can afford to get Uber Eats to come out and deliver lunch to them at noon.
You're talking about the in-person thing?
No, the virtual one.
No, for the virtual
summit.
one. So for the virtual summit, everybody gets a coupon to go on to Uber Eats, and Uber does this. This is something I've seen, where you can basically buy their lunch for them for that
That's
day.
cool. Okay.
I like
And so we
that.
do that.
Increase that price. Do you want to do a VIP one and
Yeah,
a regular
well-
and VIP lunch is included?
We could do that.
Yep. Love it.
VIP lunch is included, and they'll be like, "What does that mean?" They'll pay for it just to find out.
Just to find out what that is. Yeah.
And we don't.
Okay.
We're not going to
All
tell
right,
them. We're
I'm
not going to
taking
tell
the
them.
notes from here, and I'll start working on a logistic plan when we meet. So talk about.
So we
this.
need to make sure that we are all friends on social media platforms. And whenever
Yep.
we get some quality marketing ready to rock and roll, we can share and tag on all the platforms.
I'll have 3 VSLs available for everybody, and I'll put it into the Scottsdale Summit WhatsApp group,
Okay.
and there'll be videos there that you can link to, because I'm going to put them in there as YouTube videos. And so it'll be a YouTube video link. You can grab that link, share it back to your Facebook, and then share it from Facebook as a YouTube video. And Facebook likes YouTube videos more. They like their own videos, but
They like their own videos. So, yeah.
they're friendly about a YouTube link. Instagram is that way. LinkedIn is that way. All of the social medias appreciate YouTube videos.
So really quick, Tracy, you made a powerful request. I request everybody go to your Facebook account right now and share your links, so that share it in the chat right here.
Yeah.
And then everybody can click on everybody's and make sure you're all friends with each other. So are we ready to move forward with the deal?
Who has a deal ready to go?
Who has
I
a deal?
do, but
Okay, Blake.
How do I grab a link off of Facebook?
Oh boy.
Okay, if you don't know,
I'll share
we'll-
yours, Tracy. I'll share it.
Okay.
Ask one of the kids in here how to operate your machine, Tracy. That's the point of this community.
Shut your face.
Us 29 times 25 have the need for these beautiful young faces like Blake and Cicely to be like, "Hey, you push this one right here, Grandpa."
So Blake is ready. Blake, go ahead, share your screen. Whoever is next, have your deal hunter ready with the address. You've run this deal and it's ready to go and to share. So here you go.
Can you see the screen? I don't see it up there.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'm trying
I see you sharing there. Catherine's gonna try to attempt to connect. Do I need to push buttons here?
2 seconds. Let me.
So yeah, pretty much quick rundown. This is a 9.8 vacant lot, but it has some actual foundation built to it, such as a gravel yard. It has fencing all around it, has barbed wired, and it also has electric fencing to it as well. And it's in Phoenix, Arizona.
Beautiful.
And so let's kind of peek at it.
Can you just unplug and plug it back in? Yeah.
And
There you go.
you found this just doing what? How did you find this one?
Just going through LoopNet. It's also in an opportunity zone.
Right. Okay. So you went through
you.
that. Here we go. We're live. All right. So let's biggin that up a little bit so I can see it.
Okay.
That's a new one, Laura. Write it down. I can't get my pen in there. All right. So they want almost $1 million an acre. It's $19 a square foot for the land. So scroll through this. Let's see what's going on.
Hey, Tommy, do you have a Facebook too?
Yes.
I do.
I don't see it in the chat.
I've got several. I don't have the ability to copy and paste it.
Or if you could go find his and share it, that'd be awesome.
It says what the deal must produce to hit 8% yield on cost. You need to be around $734,000 NOI. the translation into deal right here shows that there's $314 per month per space, 260. That's one way to get there, right? So stabilized yard, keep going. Okay. All right. Vacant means no proof of income. Okay. Site work that needs to come up. Yep. All this looks pretty good, dude. So what did it come up with at the bottom down there? 3 workable paths. Conventional local bank backed commercial lending, the debt fund bridge loan, and then an equity partner with conservative debt or senior debt, or maybe even equity, full blown. So I would not lead with ask. They want 8.5 million, and it's a vacant yard. So again, like they're basing it on raw dirt value. So keep going down.
We need Blake's Facebook too. More.
Keep going. It looks like it's got the zoning, but it's got some issues. So to underwrite this a full out underwriting, I would think you're going to need a map, right? So what do you got? Keep going down. You did the 5 highest and best use. That's good. It's got the A1 light industrial. It shows multi-tenant trucking, trailer, fleet storage yard. Good. Best overall use right now. Then you've got, keep going. You've got the contractor yard and equipment storage. Perfect. Keep going. Then you've got small bay industrial, secured yard development. That's going to be for our blue collar people. Equipment rental, fleet dispatch, service terminal. Again, like a dealership for big equipment. I definitely want to look at the map now. Keep going. Transload, trailer staging. Yep, a laydown yard. These are all terms that you can go look up if you want. Figure those out. And then where you at the bottom, strategic angle. You need to get cash flow. You need to have value upside. So how are we going to do that? Keep going down to the bottom. Did you pull a comp?
I did not pull a comp. No.
Let's do this. Start cooking on the prompt for the comp. Ready? Let's go ahead and do a CMA analysis of this area for this property. I need to know like how badly we are being overcharged by having it at $897 a square, $897,000 per acre. I want to double check and make sure that land around this area is selling for $19 a square foot. I do know that industrial land is expensive, but justify this price if you would, please. And then let that cook, and then hop over in your browser to go grab a map. And
I'm gonna go on Google Maps.
What I'm thinking is let's pull a map, Google's map from it, and then back it out where you see down here in the bottom it says 200 feet, now 100 feet, and it's way down there in the corner. Back that all the way out till it says 1 mile. Right there. Right? So then do a screenshot of that whole thing right there. And drop it in there and then give it the prompt. Let it finish thinking about what it's doing. But what you would end up doing is dropping that comp in there. Let's take a look at their listing real quick though. This will be useful as well. You can see that it's off of Highway 60. This has got frontage road to Highway 60, but it doesn't have exit out the back, and nobody gets access off of Highway 60 anymore. So if it don't have access, this is why it's a vacant lot. Scroll to your right so we can scroll to your right. Go back up and go through your picture content right there. We'll kind of keep taking a look at it. We might be able to identify places to work from with this. Okay, so see here where you have to come off of 60 right there, go up, and then you get your entrance in here somewhere. It's not directly off of 60 anymore. But that's a big ass lot, brother.
Right?
Like that is a big ass lot.
Awesome.
So again, the downfall to this area is that it is all industrial. You have no other choice with it, right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to budge on the price. So you almost need to do a structured deal with them. Keep going to the right, click through.
That's all they have.
Okay, that's cool. Go down. Let's take a peek at what they got down here. It's definitely in the heart of Phoenix. Do you see that OM right there? Did you download that and put that in
I
there?
did.
You did or did not?
I did. It's this right here.
Oh, okay. You did put this in there?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. So, whatever information it did supply, it's providing us with whatever this has on it, right? So keep going down. And so it's zoned heavy industrial, right? And so it says City of Phoenix surface, electric and barbed wire fence, automatic gates, LED, blah, 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 blah. If it's in opportunity zone land, that's cool. I think the other side to this would be that we would need to find out who the owner is. And I've got
100%.
a good guess that the owner's the city.
Yeah, and I looked on Google Maps and it's been vacant since 2024, I'm pretty sure, but it never gave a statement of previous
Right.
ownership. But I'm pretty sure after COVID, it was a truck storage. Before then, it was a car and RV storage. So it kind of switched around over time.
Car lots over there, there's a lot of car lots over there, but they're moving away. That auto mall industry over there is shutting down and moving away. So there's potential to play around here. Let's do this. Let's revisit this tomorrow or next day, and we're going to actually do a reach out and call them. So what I'd like you to do on the homework with this one, add the map, tell it that you want to get a highest and best use of the property now that it has a better map, right?
Okay, I can input all this into it and then we can come back to it later.
Find the highest and best use for this property. Drop the map in it and let's just review what it said, and then we'll revisit tomorrow and probably call the broker.
Sure. Sounds good.
Go ahead and get it. Is it grabbing it or no?
Yeah, my files just aren't coming up right now.
There we go. Send it, run it, slide up, and let's read what it said, and then we'll wrap up and go to the next one. So right here it says that there's 5 comps, so go all the way up. What we got in here, keep going a little bit more. Let's just see what else it said right there up at the top. It says right here, it's clarifying 19.9.1, roughly 89% higher than the average city, like 89% higher, right? The average is 458 and we're at 800. So go down a little bit. This is the subject property. So it shows here you got one at 16, comp 1, keep going down. I'm going by square footage price because this is what a lot of people will use. So then you got the contractor storage yard, all that. It was sold at 24. You had a fully fenced IOS contractor yard style. Gravel utilities canopy structures went for 24. You had another comp that went for 29, keep going, and another comp that went for 42. And that one, it's fully covered, fully with office. This is more improved comp and just an indicator of what we could probably do, right? And get to with that property. So 42%. So on average, it's saying that the individual comps around this area are on average about mostly below, right? So out of the comps, and this is the point of the deal, Hunter. Do you know how long it would take to get this information from a broker so you could sit here and go, one of them 17% above and the other 4 are 19 or more below, and you wouldn't be able to surgically understand a property to this level without AI. I don't care. I don't give a damn how long you've been doing this business. I know brokers that couldn't figure this shit out if their life depended on it, right? So go ahead and keep going down a little bit. The adjusted take on this is that brokers ask is defensible because the property has infill Phoenix location, A1 in zoning, frontage on 60 is huge. The 1710 access, the access to fence lighting camera, the immediate iOS utility, it is vacant, but there's no reason, the price does not indicate it should have an income at this point. So the fair market value range is 100% in that $17 to $19 a square foot. If we call them on the phone, we're going to say, hey, can we offer you 16 or joint venture with you at 21? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if we're going to raise capital for this, we want it to be at 16.5, maybe even 15, right? We'll give them an asking of $15 a square foot, only because we got to raise capital and do some work out there. But if they're willing to joint venture and do something creative, we can say, hey, how about we give you 21, and then this is, $21 a square foot, and this is what we want to do with it. We include them in the deal. Good job, Blake. I like this one. Who's next? We got
So hold on, follow up. Are we having Blake follow through on this and call?
tomorrow
Okay, great.
in the
Okay,
call.
Blake. So
We're
let's.
going to pull this up tomorrow.
Yep.
And we're going to look at the map, and then we're going to take off with it again and do some work with that.
So I need you to loop Laura into this because she's our transaction coordinator. And she's going to, make sure all the things are followed all the way through.
At this point, Laura's basically just going to make a note that we're going to call tomorrow. Because again, I don't want Laura working like Laura's a bee, man. You like give her, she'll pollinate 1,000 flowers. She only need to do one, but she'll do 1,000.
I know. I just want her like starting it from the very beginning. And
Put
if
in there,
it's dead.
Blake,
So Laura
Blake,
will have a spreadsheet with the deal and
Blake Pepe, silent R, is got to run a deal tomorrow.
Okay.
That's where we're at.
Cool. Who's next?
Tracy.
Yeah, I got one. And Blake, do you have a Facebook? We need your link.
Blake does not have a Facebook. He
He's
is an
too young.
Instagram kid.
He's too young for
I have
that.
both. I can add mine into
Do
the
you,
chat.
Blake? I was like, he
Tracy,
might not
can
have
you share your
Facebook.
screen?
Bye, honey. Love you.
We got 9 minutes.
Blake is actually Batman. So
Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I did was I dumped in that spreadsheet of the, I don't know how many PMLs it was. It was for
Love
1, 2,
it.
3, 4 addresses. It gave me kind of an overview, and I'm going to share that with you quick. Yeah.
And then again, this was what, a buy box for somebody, or
So this is one of the
shopping
deals that
list
I
or a
got
buy box?
sent. No, this is 2 ladies that do they work together, and they have packages of loans that they need. They need private money lenders.
Got it.
So we're looking at this from a funding perspective. Okay, so put them in. First lien position. Okay, yeah. It's just saying, can see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see it.
Okay. Okay. So the PDF is showing the 4 different properties. They are all marketed kind of the same with $50,000 minimum investment, 2 points up front. This is what they're offering, which is a little bit funny in itself because I usually set the terms when I'm loaning money. I set the terms. So if you're brand new, you don't have to let the customer set the terms, just FYI. But this is how they presented it, and they're willing to do 12% interest, $500 a month.
I like that. And to your point about you set your own terms. So you should always set your own terms. Never accept the terms of the people asking for money.
Right. Yep. Okay. So anyway, here's the deal by deal underwriting snapshot. We'll go through it real quick. So the 723 Delavan, purchase price $325, closing cost $20,000, renovation $325, total cost basis $670, PML request is $325. The ARV is going to be $1.2 million, 10-month hold, 50K investor each. So basically what they're doing is they're pooling private money lenders together that will then have one LLC together or a joint venture together that will then hold the first position of lien. Does that make sense? So they can, that's how they can gather, 5 or 10 different lenders all in one and still have the first lien. Otherwise it'd be first lien, second lien, third lien, fourth lien, and nobody wants to do that. So that's how they package this together. Loan to cost. Go ahead.
No, this looks a lot like how I do all of my syndications with my doctors groups. So what we do is we do a syndication deal with land. Doctors typically don't want to buy assets that have any kind of liability because they don't want to mess with it. So they land bank, and what we do is we get between 5 and 50 investors to come in, They all have a position in the company, and they are on the LLC, or in most cases, it's an LP, limited partnership, LLP. And what we do is that LLP then goes out and owns the asset, but every one of them is a member to the LLP. And that means that they've invested some sort of money to get that position. And based on how much they invested is how much they own the percentage of.
All right. So this is saying that the loan to cost is at 48.5%. The loan to value on the after rehab value is going to be 27.1%. So 80% of the ARV is 960,000, which leaves roughly $635,000 of value above the stated PML loan. So that's a big protection cushion. What it likes, very low leverage versus the stated ARV, large theoretical finance solution. Let's see, physical property page shows not applicable for asbestos items. Maturity date around February 8th, which is much longer than a clean short bridge story that creates execution timeline risk. Good collateral story for the first lien holder, making sure that the title is clean. The second, I'm not going to go through every one of these. We've got 5 minutes, but each one of these are broken down similarly as far as loan to cost, loan to value, your profit margins there, and the risk structure for each loan. But if we go down, it gives us what it likes and what it doesn't like on each one. And also, one thing to note that I don't know if it's in here is you always want to know what, if you're loaning somebody money, you've got to have an exit strategy and you got to have an A and a B. What do you want my money? Okay, how long do you want it for? And how are you going to get me out? How are you going to pay me back? Right? So if they're going to buy and hold, that means you're going to have to be refinanced. So then you need to consider, well, do they have, is this house marketable to get a refinance? If it's a, tiny home in a rural area in a floodplain, other loans, you're going to be stuck with it. So you just got to be very careful and make sure that it is refinanceable. And if there's a hold period, if the finance company that they're going to go with says, you know what, this has to be seasoned before we'll refinance that, you need to know what that seasoning is so that it's done properly. Okay, so here it says, oh wait, what was this? Big red flags. Let's go to that. Big red flags across the package. There are items that keep this from being bankable. Okay, as is. So no full capital stack shown, loan amounts. And that's because they don't have it yet. This is an offering to try to get that. Once they have it, they can probably provide that. There's sponsor equity behind it. We need to know what that equity is, exactly how much are they putting into the deal. You want people to have some skin in the game, so to speak, so that they're, encouraged to make sure that it's successful. No title evidence, of course, not yet. Cross collateralization. The title evidence you're going to have, you're going to do that at the title company, right? So you're not going to have that up. Cross collateralization is asserted, not proven. Okay, so what they're doing is they're basically saying, so we've got this whole pool, and we're going to make sure that you're paid back. Not only do you get a lien on this property, but we're going to provide that you've basically got a lien over the whole package, but you don't have to finance the whole package. That's the way they're doing it. Now, I've never seen that really done before, but it's their way of saying, hey, we're going to risk it all to make sure that each investor is paid back regardless. That's how confident they are in their ability. Okay, here's the no-go. 129 Elmwood has the best lender protection. 723, these are goes. Strong leverage, but needs schedule clarity. The maturity timing looks messy. So depending on their exit strategy and their construction budget, if there's a gigantic construction budget, you're going to need a bid from a licensed contractor, and you're going to need to get a schedule of values and a scope of work, right? And when I do private money loans for fix and flip, I will do a construction holdback, which is a draw schedule. So they have to do maybe $25,000 worth of work. They send me all the evidence of the work. I make them do a live video walking me through, so it's not some house in Timbuktu that isn't even the one I'm loaning on, so that I can verify the work has been done. Either that, or I can send an inspector out there to give me an inspection, depending on the size of the loan. So then once you're satisfied there, you're going to send them their draw, and they get paid back for that. So they have to have money to have some operating money for construction holdback. Now, this one, I think they just want the money and they're going to just do it. Like that's what they've proposed, but that's not how it would come back as the way I like to do it. Okay. 123 Elmwood. Okay. If scope, ARV, and exit lender are documented. Okay. And a lot of times, you know, I don't know that if they provided the comps for all of these or not, but, you know, I have seen borrowers inflate their ARV, but when I send out an appraiser, I want the as-is condition value and I want the ARV value, and they can do that. And if their ARV is super inflated, then I don't even know if I want to work with them, not just because they did that, but because do they really think that? They're not savvy enough in this industry to come up with an accurate ARV. I'm kind of out. Like there's just different things where I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to pass because I want people to understand. Now, if they're coming to me and saying, hey, this is my first loan, I will partner with them to help them make it successful. And I do that by coaching them along the way because I care about the project and I want them to succeed. And I don't do a whole lot of that hand holding because of time, but I don't mind doing that if somebody says, hey, this is our idea. How can we make it successful? Of course, I'm going to want them to be successful. So I'll help do that. Okay, so here's the no-go, retrade. Too skinny, risk profile. Okay, rate, points improve materially for lender. Sponsor brings in more cash. Draws are controlled tightly. Okay, that's what needs to happen in order for this one to look good. So I guess they didn't have enough information on that one, or their plan is not good. Terms that we should require, making sure the recorded first position lien on the mortgage, lender title policy, which happens at the title company, and you would typically require that and have the borrower pay that cost. And make sure they have insurance, and that, you know, if you're a PML and your person has insurance on the property, but you're not named as an additional insured, if that thing burns to the ground, you're stuck holding the bag because you weren't insured and they can run with that money. Now, you know, an honest person wouldn't do that, but anyway, trust and verify, right? Isn't that the idea? Draw schedule with inspection-based releases, which is what I talked about with the construction holdback. And I know I'm talking super fast because I'm already over. Payoff letter for any existing debt, if there is debt. When the title company runs the title search, they will come back with conditions to make this a clean title. And you need to be able to have them give that to you so you can look and say, I'm going to require you to pay off this, this, and this before we'll move. So you got to be able to understand those title commitments with the conditions and be able to read those and execute on how to remedy that so that it is a fundable project. Borrower sponsor liquidity statement. You want to know if these people that are doing all these deals, do you have any money in the bank? What if something goes astray? Are you going to be able to fund that to get it back on track? Or are you just completely broke and one GC runs off with your money and you're screwed, right? So they need to have a little bit of reserves in their bank account when you lend them money. Schedule proving the collateral assets and existing liens. So not only, since they're packaging this up, like for collateral, not only are you going to need all the information on the loan that you're lending on, but if you're only lending on one of them, you're going to need that same due diligence on all of them, at least that piece, so that you know you do have that extra layer of protection. Let's see what else. Yeah, clear exit memo for sure. The refinance, already talked about that. Make sure that it is refinanceable if it's a buy and hold. Let's see, for 130 point, okay, lower advance, more sponsor cash in. That's just breaking down. A couple of them needed to be adjusted somewhat with how much the borrower is going to bring to the table. Bottom line, as a paper screen, this package contains 2 strong first lien candidates, 1 workable candidate, 1 weak, and the best opportunity is 129 Elmwood. The worst is 130 Point. The entire package still needs real diligence before any money should move because, yeah, just because you got to verify.
So we need to
Well, and
yeah.
to your point right there, it's a strong marketing language and super light on proof. So
Right.
anytime somebody oversells and underdelivers, I always walk away. I don't even spend the time trying to teach them. Right.
Yeah.
So, and on this situation, this is packaged exactly like what I call the Rube Goldberg method. You ever seen the movie Mousetrap or heard the game Mousetrap? It's like 95 pieces to just catch a mouse. Like you've seen it on Tom and Jerry. If you ever watched Tom and Jerry cartoon, he'd like flick a bird in the ass and then it would fly up and hit a candle and the candle would burn a bowling ball. Bowling ball would hit a pin. The pin would hit a rocket ship.
I love those things.
Those things, right? That's what this person built. Is they built a Rube Goldberg system for trying to get their deal financed. Oh, look at this big, shiny, awesome one. And then there's 3 that as you get to the end, it's garbage.
Right.
It's just it's what we call a bond market. You might as well call it
junk bonds, right?
Right.
Hey, really quick, Tracy, can you fund just one or do you have to fund all of them?
All of them.
You can fund one. You can fund, I think the minimum was what, 50,000? You can fund 50,000 of one.
Okay, cool. Interesting. We need to wrap this up because we're over, but I want to tomorrow, again, yeah, let's dig into these.
We can revisit that one and maybe just dig into that one top one and talk to them about it, find out more about it. Because again, we're not buying the property, actually just investing into it. And that leads us into another conversation where if you're literally just lending people money, how do you avoid it being a security? I'd love to find out from Tracy how this is is not considered a security, because she's the expert on all those things. So let's wrap it up with a prayer real quick. And Trevor, we'll get to your 200-acre deal tomorrow. Don't think I forgot about you. If you got a different one, I'd love to pull that up as well. But I want to tell everyone I appreciate your time today. Tell everyone how great you are. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day, the blessing of the life that we have, where we're able to share with each other and grow with each other and build community in your world. With that we ask that you give us all the tools, the patience, guidance, and let us wear your suit of armor, Lord, as we go out and battle the evils of this world. And we ask this in your son's name. Amen.
Amen.
Everyone have a great day. And we'll see everybody again tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. You're amazing.
Thank
you,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.